We got an acoustic lesson today. Guys, this song is called Heal Our Land, and it's by Music, Travel, and Love, or Music, Love, Travel, something like that. It's an awesome song. So it's not really like a Christian worship song, but it's called Heal Our Land. I think I said that earlier. And it's just kind of maybe a really fitting song for the time that we're in right now. And it's just a really fun song to play. And just kind of, you're doing some slapping, some finger picking, and some plucking. So wanted to show you how to play it. Going to show you a couple of different ways. An easy way, and then maybe a little bit more challenging way. So it's in the key of G. So those G shapes, but we're not, the way that sounds the best, we're not really using these full G shapes. So I'm gonna do the challenging way first. So starts on the G, and the important thing about this song, it's timing, and then we have this kind of like palm mute slap literally between every single chord change. So when I do it, my finger picking technique and the way I do it, I'll put a link up top if you're new and you're not sure what in the world I'm talking about. So I get into my finger picking pattern or my formation, and I'm just plucking throughout the entire song these two strings, the middle finger and the thumb on the bass note. And you pluck them at the same time. So for the first one, it's a G, and I'm not even putting my ring finger down on that B string on the third fret like a normal G. You can do it. I've been loving just hitting that open, just the open G there. So plucking the middle finger and the thumb. And then we're going to an A minor 7. This is the full A minor 7. I'll show you an easier one in a little bit if you're kind of like a beginner and this, with these changes that require us to go completely off the strings and off our position. It's a little bit challenging. So G, slap, A minor 7, slap, B minor, slap, back to the A minor 7. On that for a minute. So a couple of things, just little things here. You can go, so the G is pretty normal, it's just your G. You can hammer onto this A minor 7 if you want to. You can hammer both fingers on, or if you just wanted to hammer on the pointer finger to that B string. Kind of gives it a nice little sound. And then sometimes what I do, once I kind of get grooving and I'm really feeling it, I add that little pointer finger in on the A string as I'm transitioning into the next chord. So heard it there? So you can add that in there if you want to. It just kind of gives it a nice little smoother transition. So that's going to be your intro and for the verse. So oh, one other thing about this B minor chord. Sometimes instead of just plucking the middle finger and the thumb, I add my pointer finger in there and I pluck that with those other two strings, just because I have my middle finger on that string on the second fret. So you can just do regular with just the pointer, or not the pointer, the middle finger and the thumb, or if you wanted to add the pointer finger in there, just add that in there too. So for the verse, the intro and the verse. that's the entire verse, verse 1, verse 2, and then the pre-chorus. I'm not gonna like sing any of this because I'm not like super sure of the singing parts of the word. It's a really not a wordy song, but the words kind of flow and stuff. So I haven't really done too much of that, so I'm not really gonna sing and kind of do it like I normally do. But the parts, so like leading into the pre-chorus, it's going to go to a C. This is your regular C, but I'm just using my pointer, or not my pointer, my middle finger and my ring finger. You can put that pointer on there like the regular C9 if you want to, but I'm just doing it like this. It's going C to the B minor, C to the B minor. We still have that slap in there between the chords. So there are ways to get there if you care enough for the living to make a little space. So then it goes to the A minor 7 and then the D. So I'm gonna just back that pre-chorus up because we do it a couple of times in this song. So again, C, you're plucking the bass note here and the middle, just like normal. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. And then it goes to an A minor 7, make a little space. And then it goes to a D, which you can do this regular D. You can do a D sus, you can do a D2 without that pinky finger on the high E string, or if you want to do this slide up D with a C-shaped D that I like to do a lot, it kind of sounds cool for this song, you can do that. So, and sometimes I'll do a little do-do-do, heal the world, and that goes into the chorus. So, show you that last A minor 7 to the D again. So, to make a little space, make a better place, heal the world. So that pre-chorus, there are ways to get there if you care enough for the living to make a little space, to make a better place, heal the world. Something like that. You can play around with the, listen to the song and figure that out, but that's what's going down there. A minor 7 to a D, and then it goes into just the chorus, which is going to be, back to that G. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. So I'm going, heal the world, make it a better place. I'm doing the slide up D for you and for me, back to the A minor 7. So you can do for you and for me and the entire human race. Whatever D you want to do there. And then it goes into an E minor to a B minor. There are people dying if you care enough for the living to make a better place for you and me. Something like that. And this just goes back to our intro. And actually that's not the right intro. That's the chorus 2 slaps. But anyways, let me run back that last E minor, B minor to the end of the chorus. The entire human race. There are people dying if you care. So there are, and you can do an E minor 7 with that ring finger on there if you want, or just do the without it. There are so just remember on the E minor, you're plucking that bass string, the low E. There are people dying if you care enough for the living, make it a better place for you and me. There we go. back to that little interlude. And then that goes into the verse again, and then it does the pre-chorus again. Yeah, I think, let's see. So verse 2, then pre-chorus, then chorus 2. Then there's an interlude after chorus 2, and that interlude is just that G, A minor 7, B minor, A minor 7. And then it'll go back into a pre-chorus, kind of near the end of the song, that we could really get there if you cared enough for the living, make a little space. Do-do-do-do-do. And this goes into kind of a nice soft down chorus, where it goes, heal the world, make it a better place, for D and for A minor and the entire human race. Then it kind of starts a small build here. There are people dying, if you care enough for the living, make it a better place for you and for me. So that's kind of that's how you get out of that little like down chorus at the end, back into you know, the little, that chord progression, that A minor, or that G, A minor 7, B minor, and then A minor 7. So that's a wrap. That shows you how to play it. I'll call it the more challenging version. So just very quickly, if you're a new player and you're just like, you know, I'd love to play this song, it's pretty cool, you can play it with these chords. So there's not going to be a ton of movement. So it's going to be, so this is the A minor that I do. I call it the easiest A minor that no one teaches, or it's rarely taught. It's instead of going all the way over here, you're basically just, you're in your, so your pointer finger right here. Take your middle finger off, put your pointer finger down one string. And you can do that for your A minor. Just make sure you mute that top string out, because we want to make sure we hear that bass note of the A string. So if you ever get confused, just go to your C9 position, and then all you do is pop that middle finger off. So you could do and this B minor 7, or this B minor, you know, I was doing it before without my pinky on without the pinky on the high E string. You can keep that on there if you want to for this. I mean, it's whatever. So you could just do 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 do, and if you wanted to pick it, you would do the same thing. I mean, I don't think it sounds as good because you have that ring finger on that B string there, but it still sounds fine. Yeah, so then, yeah, you would just go into the pre-chorus. There are ways to get there. So just this regular C9. There are ways to get there if you care enough for living, to make a little space, to make a better place, heal the world, make it a better place. Same chords, same progression, just using a little bit easier voicings, I'll call them. Heal the world, make it a better place, for D and for A minor and the entire human race. Then this would go into your regular E minor. There are people dying, to the B minor, if you care enough for the make a better place for you and for me. Back to your progression. So that's just an easier way to do it if you're a beginner and you're just like, hey, I kind of want to just, jam out a little bit and learn this song. So you can do that for sure. As always, if you guys have any questions on this lesson, on the finger picking, on the strumming, on the rhythm, on the slap, leave a comment for sure. I'll get back to you. And I hope this helps you out. I hope it helps your guitar playing. And it's a fun song to jam to and just pick around with. And it's got a really great and timely meaning to the song for what's going on in the world now. So, as always, I hope it helps, and I will talk to you next time.